Rachel Clark is a ceramics artist that is fascinated with the idea of using local materials to create her beautiful work, allowing her to form a connection with the area in which she lives. Rachel recently let us get a sneak peek at some of her amazing creations made from the clay and shale found right here in the Upper Cumberland.
I really enjoy working with my hands, and clay can be really forgiving, but it can also be very technical, and I really appreciate that. There's a lot of chemistry involved, and that science aspect really draws me to it. I guess opposed to other mediums, you can push it around a little bit more, and I really like that. I guess I just really enjoy working with the texture and the consistency of clay. I started working with wild clay about 3 years ago, and I like to source my material locally. I feel that it connects me to place more, and I think it's really fascinating that we can walk outside our door and collect materials that we can turn into art objects. So in Tennessee, I am using this really great local red clay, and this is sourced from Cookeville, Tennessee. This is what it looks like when it comes out of the ground. So I've not done anything to this. This was about 8 feet underneath the topsoil. And you can see there's these really lovely striations of red and white in there. This red is caused by iron oxide that's naturally occurring in the environment. So when I use this stuff, I have to process it. I can't just throw it into a kiln. We have a lot of limestone in the area, so this has a lot of small chunks of limestone. So I'll take that, I have to dry it out, pulverize it, run it through a screen mesh, add some other materials to it to make it more compatible with firing, mix it, and then wedge it. So it actually takes a lot of processing, but it's a really rewarding experience for me. I'm also interested in using local glaze materials. Glaze is the glassy coating that covers ceramic ware, and it seals the clay in. It can also create some really beautiful effects. So I'm using this, and you might have noticed this along the roadways here. This is called Chattanooga shale. It's a deposit that's about 400 million years old, which is so fascinating. It is the product of a shallow ocean that was here a long time ago. It is consisted primarily of illite, which is a combination of silica and alumina stacked on top of each other. So that makes it a really great glaze. And this right here, this clay is porcelain, but this green glaze is just milled shale. And it's really rare that you get a material that you can just mill down and put directly onto a pot and it becomes a glaze. Typically you need to add fluxes or other silica, but this stuff is really special. And it's one of the things that really fascinates me about this area and the resources that are available. I prefer to make functional ware. So that means I'm making pots that you can use, that you would put on your table and use day to day. And when I think about the items that I'm making, because I like to work locally, I like to think about the local foods that are available and the foods that I personally like to eat. So lately I've gotten into making a lot of these trays. I also really enjoy making mugs and cups. I am fascinated by the local moonshine industry. So I've started making moonshine jugs and moonshine sippers. So not only does it come from the land that they live on, but they can interact with it on a day-to-day basis. I love working with ceramics and clay because I feel a connection to place and a connection to the land. I enjoy exploring and experimenting and finding different materials that I can use every time I move. It's like a treasure hunt. I get to go out into the woods or go out into fields or roadsides and find a material that nobody else is using and play around with it and see how it works. And I think that's so fascinating. I also enjoy teaching, so that's another opportunity I have here as an artist in resident at the Craft Center. I do workshops during the semester, and I do a summer workshop too. If you're interested in finding out more about my work, you can visit the Appalachian Center for Craft Gallery. It is there with a number of other amazing local artists. All of the residents, students, faculty, and local artists have work available there, so it's a really amazing place to stop and see. I feel really blessed to be able to do this every day. I know a lot of people don't get that opportunity, and I look forward to the future. I'll be here for another year, and then after that I'll be looking for a teaching position at a university where I get to continue working with clay and enjoying my job.